47-year-old Kasaka Sublocation Assistant Chief Thomas Chesang from Baringo North Sub County has been sentenced to 40 years in prison after he was found guilty of defiling a Class 7 pupil in December 2021. While making the ruling, High Court's resident magistrate Catherine Atea sentenced the chief to jail, saying it should act as a deterrent to others.
Section 8.3 provides that a person who commits an offense of defilement with a child between the age of 12 and 15 years is liable upon conviction to imprisonment for a term of not less than 20 years. Taking into account the issue of gravity of the offense herein is a felony. The minimum sentence is 20 years, and given the nature and circumstances of the offense, I find that an uncustodial sentence will be unsuitable. However, the aggravating circumstances herein outweigh the mitigating circumstances. He was the assistant chief of the area where the victim resided. He was a person in authority. The victim is a minor, is a child, is considered a person belonging to the vulnerable group. The accused is therefore sentenced to serve 40 years in jail.
In Narok County, Narok resident magistrate Daniel Ngayo has ordered a primary school teacher to be remanded in custody for 2 weeks for allegedly defiling a 14-year-old pupil and later supplying drugs to procure an abortion for her. Mr. Douglas Juma, a teacher at Legacy School, is alleged to have defiled the girl who was her pupil on diverse dates between February 20th, 2022 and December 22nd, 2022 at the school compound.
The hearing of this case will be given priority for purposes of taking the evidence of the victim. So the accused will remain in custody in the meantime. The petitioner has not.
Elsewhere, former NHIF CEO Hassan Mohammed won the first round of his election petition.
In my addition,
High Court Judge George Dulu has allowed scrutiny of 8 polling stations in the Wajir gubernatorial elections. In the case, Hassan Mohammed is challenging the election of Ahmed Abdullahi, arguing that he was not validly elected.
In compliance with the above orders, the court hereby directs the Deputy Registrar to convene a pre-scrutiny meeting to iron out administrative and logistic issues.
In Kiambu County, Chief Magistrate Stella Atambo was forced to deliver a Solomonic verdict, allowing Juja billionaire to be buried at the boundary of his 2 wives.
Mzee mwenye mali yote and all these people in court awekwe mahali decent where all his children can access him, all his wives can access him, all his relatives can walk in and visit the grave without drama.
The late Christopher Mbote Chege, who died on January 16th this year, was scheduled to be buried today, but his second wife, Anjeri, went to court, citing exclusion from burial plans.
You have been there.
Busara Naman, K24 TV.